Go.
Welcome back to the Kilo Cave. We're here to talk about week 2 of 14 of the current program we're on. Just a couple clips there for you in the beginning of some Vaughn weightlifting athletes competing this past weekend. Most of them were at the Masters National Championships. We had a great fun weekend, and congratulations to all the participants. We're excited to be up and running, finally launching the website. It's going. We've got people on the program. We've got questions coming in and all that good stuff, and it's awesome to see. I'm excited to push forward with you guys and to get more people aware of the program and hopefully benefiting from the information that we're putting out. Encourage you guys to continue posting questions. That's going to help us to be able to better help other people, to help you and help other people. So keep doing that. Let us know what you think. Let us know what program you're on, how everything's going, if there's anything you feel like we're missing or that we can do better, any other videos that you want to see. We're going to be adding more and more videos all the time, and definitely always try to have a video for every exercise that we put out there. But basically this week in week 2 of 14, we have more of the same. You're going to see pretty much the exact same workout, or the exact same exercises, the exact same rep scheme. The only difference is we're trying to inch up and weight just a little bit. So week 2 of 14 is going to be more of the same plus load plus more weight. Be aware on these programs, typically what you're going to see are again the exact same things, or exact same exercises, exact same order, exact same days for at least 2 to 3 weeks, and then you'll see some slight adjustments. On this program in particular, you're going to see some slight changes, some slight adjustments to the schedule, slightly different exercises, maybe slightly different rep schemes starting on week number 3. So this week coming up, week number 2, is going to be you're going to try to increase any of the bifills at least a little bit, but it's okay to kind of really go after those if your quality is good, if you're feeling good, because the rep scheme is going to change a little bit, workout or the exercise adjusted a little bit on week 3, and I'll kind of keep giving you a heads up on that of where you can go after it and where you want to kind of ease up a little bit more. For example, if we were going to do the exact same thing for week 3 as well, I would tell you to be a little bit more conservative this next week, and then tell you to get after a little bit more on those bifills next week. You will have some percentage exercises as well that you saw in there this week, where we'll try to inch those up for you. Again, always follow the program where it indicates those. There's a purpose for those increases that we indicate. Okay. Again, in the comments section, we have some questions, or we've had emailed a couple questions. One of the questions were where it indicates for you to alternate between exercises. How is that specifically done? So let me confirm that real quick. So alternating. The purpose in that obviously is that typically I'm going to alternate between an exercise that's going to create awareness of a better movement or the movement that we want, and the hope is that will help carry over into the exercise that is following. You're going to go back and forth, and it's gonna. I've never seen it not help someone's movement within the full snatch, for example, after doing a snatch lift off and going back and forth, just as one example. But I've never seen it not help at least a little bit, and doing that over and over again, as you'll see in this program you're going to be doing it on the regular basis, will go a long way. But basically what we're looking for, say on the snatch lift off and then alternating with the snatch, for example, you're going to start alternating right away. So as soon as you do your first set, your warm-up set of the snatch lift off, you're then going to do your first set of the first warm-up set for the snatches. Now on the snatch lift off, once you get up to the indicated percentage of working weight, you know, that will be the start. Say you do 4 or 5 sets of 5, you know, that will be your first set of 4 or 5, and then you'll probably still be warming up for the snatches. So again, you'll continue going back and forth until all of those working sets of the snatch lift-offs are done. Then you're going to most likely still have some working sets of the snatches to do, so you'll just not worry about the snatch lift-off anymore. It's done. You've got all that indicated work in, and then continue finishing up with those snatches. Let me know if any of you are still struggling with that. We'll get you a better explanation or example there if we need to. But also, you know, if everything is going good and you like what you're feeling, like what you're seeing, let us know there if that's helping you as well. Another one is the recovery pieces. Recovery in the warm-up pieces. The first thing that I want to say is please do not skip those. These are very critical pieces to the program, as you well know, but I know that they're very easy to either skip a little bit or all of them, especially the recovery pieces or the mobility pieces there at the end. But for many of you guys, for many athletes in general, those two components are going to be, at least initially, the more important pieces of the program. Now that work in the middle, yeah, that's what's going to get you to really get stronger and to lift more weights. But you know, if you're missing any mobility anywhere, then you know, you're going to be limited. And in the warm-up and the recovery pieces, there's a lot of mobility even in the warm-up portion. There's a lot of kind of forced mobility, forced positions that we're getting into that's going to help your mobility. But I would say those two sections are more important for so many people, maybe most people, than the middle portion, which is the work portion. And if you don't have time or the energy and you have to skip any part of it, I would honestly tell you to skip some of the work, as much as I hate to say that, and make sure you get the warm-up and the recovery pieces in there. Now the recovery piece, yes, that's a lot of mobility work, or some mobility work. To be honest with you, it's not that much. It's not something that's so much to where it should you know, intimidate you away from doing it. It's 3 to 5 minutes. You know, where there's a per side, it's 3 to 5 minutes per side, or 3 to 5 minutes total per mobility. There's only 2 per day. Try to get those in if you can. Now this is a general mobility program. I really like this just because when you're doing this regularly, just getting a little touch of this on a regular basis will go so far. It goes, you know, I'm always surprised about how much it can do, how far it will go, even for people that are struggling a whole, or especially for people that are struggling a whole lot. But even for myself, when I'm personally more on top of that and paying attention to it, I definitely feel better, I recover better, I hurt less, and all those kinds of things. So make sure you're getting it in, getting those in. And again, this is a general plan. So what that basically means, and the way that this is set up, is within a week and a half or 2 weeks, you're going to hit pretty much every part of your body, which is a really good thing, and you're going to just continue to cycle through that over and over again, and that's going to give you a really good general plan. Some of you guys, maybe most of you guys, are going to be more benefited from something more individualized to you. And what we're going to work on and what we're going to put out down the road at some point is a way to help you figure out how you can individualize that part of the program just like we're going to try to help you figure out how you can individualize any of the other parts of the program, even the warm-up portion of the program, to help you a little bit more, a little bit quicker, a little bit more effectively. But for now, make sure again that you're getting those in. Now I had a recommendation on maybe chat just a little bit about why and the purpose of certain exercises that we do. And the first one that came up were deadlifts. So deadlifts, and what I mean by deadlifts are, Romanian deadlifts that you're doing, the snatch lift-offs, the clean lift-offs, snatch deadlifts, clean deadlifts, anything where you're picking it up from the floor, or you're lifting from the hang position, a snatch from the launch or a clean from the launch. Any of those movements, I want to just confirm the purpose of that. Again, deadlifts or hangs. It's all about solidifying that launch position. So if you're doing a Romanian deadlift, you're starting here, maybe you're going to the launch, or maybe you're going past the launch. We are working, a lot of general posterior chain strength and mobility. If you're doing a snatch lift-off or a clean lift-off where you're going from the floor, you're pausing at the launch position, making sure that that launch position is correct, and then you're going back down, resetting, and doing it again. Basically, my goal, one of my major goals when I teach people, when I coach people, is to create as much strength and awareness as possible at that launch position. So many people are weak and unaware in that position, and that causes their lifts to struggle a little bit. So the more and more weight that they put on, the more and more they're out of position, either forward or too far back, or the bar's away from their body, and so they're in a compromised position that they're having to continually make up for. And I promise you, if you continue to stay on our programs, you're always going to see some sort of work for that launch position in there on a very regular basis in every cycle that there is, strength cycle, when you're closer to the competition, because we want to keep you on that. In all my programs that I've ever done, it's always in there. I'm always pausing at the knee in some way, whether that be on my snatches or my snatch clean deadlifts and that kind of thing. And so the major purpose in that, and what I want you to remember every time you're doing any of these exercises, is it's all about that launch position. So stay on top of that, feel it, learn it, make sure that you know where it is, and that you're starting to feel it and within your snatches and your cleans, and it's starting to get more solid. Okay. All right, and that's all I have for you today. One last reminder: continue to post questions on the comment section. Whatever program you're on, say if you're on the 3-day-a-week program, at the bottom of that page is going to be a comment section you can click on. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know if you have any questions. Again, give me questions, and I'll answer on these videos, or we'll put it into the program, or whatever we need to do. So have fun with next week's program, and we'll see you next week for week number 3.